Plainville, Connecticut, February 14th, that day dedicated to the celebration of love and romance. And Tiana Notice doesn't have a date, or so she thinks. But she is about to get a Valentine's Day surprise from an insanely obsessed ex-boyfriend who has already made her life a terrifying nightmare of harassment, threats, and intimidation.
Started stalking her, showing up wherever she was, whether it was out with her friends, if she was out grocery shopping, or at work.
And while other guys are giving their sweethearts roses and candy, this crazy Valentine will give Tiana a knife. Right in her heart.
I'm bleeding to death!
Tiana, a 25-year-old blessed with both brains and beauty, seemed too smart to fall for someone as dangerous as James Carter II.
I believe at age 6, we kind of realized that she was kind of special.
A genuine child prodigy way ahead of her classmates.
And when they moved her the one class ahead, she still was ahead of the class. So they end up moving her 2 classes ahead.
Tiana was so brilliant, she ended up doing her first year of college at the same time she was completing her last year in high school.
She just excelled in everything she did.
Everything that she did.
Tiana would go on to graduate from the University of Hartford with a bachelor's degree in political science and was in the process of getting her master's when she met James Carter II on an internet dating site.
I don't know what she saw in him because I never met him in person. I only saw photos of him and I immediately disliked him.
Why?
I don't know. You may want to call it mother's intuition.
He's well-to-do and he's got his own house and stuff like that. So he presented that well. He had a profile that he was working for Aetna Insurance and he was executive.
But 6 months into the relationship, James Carter II was sentenced to 5 months in jail for the domestic abuse of a previous girlfriend. And Tiana learned he had a rap sheet for numerous other crimes, including assault.
It was about him. He never told her.
So when he was released after serving time, they were still together?
Yes.
But Tiana's dad speculates that Carter had been cheating on her, so she gives him the marching orders and then is forced to take out a restraining order against him.
And I said, well, what happened? He said, well, he's just bugging me. He won't leave me alone.
Carter is so furious, he takes out a restraining order against Tiana.
What was he claiming?
He was claiming that she assaulted him and she kicked his headlight or tail light at the time, and she actually punched him in the face.
Then Carter begins sending her threatening emails, reading, quote, "Trust me, baby girl, you are going to lose everything. As God is my witness, punishment is on the way, so be prepared. You will have bad luck. You hear me? Remember this email when karma bites you in the ass."
And I was like, what?
This is a nightmare.
Totally. It was just totally insane.
Tiana goes to Plainville Police Department to report him for violating the restraining order, only to be told by an officer the emails are non-threatening.
And what were they doing?
Nothing at the time.
Carter continues harassing Tiana with phone calls, texts, and emails, and she keeps returning to police to report him to no avail.
I didn't know I didn't take my daughter serious. She went and visited the police station 33 times in 6 weeks.
33 times?
33 times in 6 weeks.
Tiana's mom says Carter is also stalking Tiana, sitting outside her apartment building in his car and following her when she goes shopping or travels to and from her temporary job at a local university.
He would just follow her everywhere.
But still, the police take no action against Carter, and Tiana is left in tears after one visit to the Waterbury Police Department near the university after he repeatedly called her at work.
She was crying hysterically. I remember it like it was yesterday. She was in her car crying hysterically. And she says, "Mom, you wouldn't believe these people. They treated me like dirt. They didn't believe anything I told them. They thought I was lying. One officer accused me of having a fake restraining order.
You knew at this point that this was just getting bad.
Absolutely. And then I spoke with the sergeant that said, oh, nothing's gonna happen to your daughter. He snarled at me. And I'm like, look, I don't want my daughter to become a statistic. And I'm telling you now, if something happens to my daughter, you better move to another planet.
Then, things get real scary when Tiana finds her car vandalized in her apartment parking lot.
Tiana texted me and she said, Dad, my tires were slashed in my car. And I said, did you see somebody do it? She said, no.
And the police tell her there is no way to prove Carter was responsible.
What I said is, if we have a video, hands down,
You've got something.
we got something.
So her worried dad installs a security camera in her parking lot aimed towards her car.
I spent 4 hours with Tiana that night, just kind of going over some of the things. I even pretend to be someone who's coming at her that night. We actually did a role play as to if someone was coming at you, where would you go?
Tiana returns home the next night to find a letter pinned to her front door, reading, quote, Tiana, forgive me. I never cheated on you. If I'm lying, may God take my life. Forgive me for everything else I have done.
The unfortunate thing for us, the tape ran out.
So once again, they have no video evidence against Carter. But this time, Plainville police attempt to call Carter to ask him to come in and give a handwriting sample.
And I said, wow, thank God. And we were celebrating. And I told her, I said, Tiana, don't go anywhere near your house or anything. Be safe and wait until they arrest him.
But the next day, on Valentine's Day evening, Tiana makes the mistake of going back to the apartment to pack a bag. Next, Tiana is fading fast as she makes a 911 call after a vicious attack.
You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die.